Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that just as Dolan returned home, someone stabbed him from the back fatally. But the next day he woke up just fine, and his everyday normal life resumed. Forest dwellers started to visit Varen village for trade, and it would help grow the village. But then Selena took Dolan out to hunt down beasts, and the party attacked an armored mama bear. Dolan was against it. The one who was the most friendly with the beasts didn't have any problem. Everything was becoming odd, and the village elders decided to abandon the village and leave. It was an odd decision, and everyone left except for Dolan. Even his friends Selena and Chris stood against him to break him apart, and a voice made Dolan recall that he's always going to be alone, and Dolan believed it for once. But the magic stone was connecting him to Selena, and she emerged and made Dolan realize he was in a dream or something. Dolan knew only his greatest enemy. The goddess of destruction would perform this trick on him. Her name was Calavith, and her wish was to kill Dolan since he exploited the hero to commit suicide and abandon his responsibility. And now he lives a quiet life. Dolan used to live a life of seclusion, and he admits that, but now he has family, friends, and people he cares about, which has rekindled his resolve to live again and face all of the challenges that comes his way. But right now they are in Calavith's world, and she summoned a headache being. But Dolan didn't waste time to beat up, as he hated the slightest sight of it, and messed Calavith up as well. She was furious. But Dolan opened up that cycles of reincarnation damages his soul in time, and if he does it again his soul will vanish. It was the curse of the gods. So eventually he'll be gone even if Calavith sits back and watch. But Calavith wasn't thrilled about it, so she goes off for now, and Dolan woke up in reality this time. There Selena drops by. But Dolan asks her what will she do if she runs into an armored beast. Selena said she'll send them away, which was very Selena-like answer. So Dolan goes to meet Chris and told her he had decided to enroll in the academy. It was going through his mind after that dream he saw, so he wanted to do anything to protect this village. And that made him remember that Denzel had offered him to enroll in academy, and now he wants to take him up on the offer to help the village. Chris loved his decision. But Selena was heartbroken because he's going to leave. For the enrollment test, Dolan packed up and left for a few days, and after arriving in the academy, Calavith kept bugging him an entrance test. But despite that, he finished up and took a nap, so the examiner thought Dolan is too overconfident and took his paper. Then in the Varen village, a party was out for the hunt, but Eri was picking a fight with her friend Albert. So Balin shuts them up and warns Selena to be ready, but she took it as a signal and casted her spell. Girl was daydreaming, and Albert got hurt, but he knew it's because Dolan had left. So he thinks Selena should have accompanied him, but Eri stopped him because others think Lamia are monsters, and the townspeople were scared to see her. But her heart aside, Albert knew Eri was upset as well, but she was too shy to admit it. Then later that night, Selena was all by herself reading the picture book as Dolan had taught her common tongue. Even now she was thinking about the guy and wished to stay with him, but no one takes her too kindly because she's a monster. So it makes her recall she was on a husband hunt, and once she finds it, she'll have to return back to her own village. But she thought of Dolan again, and finally realized she was in love all this time. But she also wanted to let Dolan do as his heart tells him to. She didn't want him to give up on his wish for her. So Selena decided to leave the village for good. At that time Dolan was on the balcony when Denzel found him here. So Dolan asked him something, and then he returned back to village. But he found that Selena has left the village, leaving a letter behind. She asked him about tests and all, and apologized for leaving without telling anyone. But now she wants to start her husband hunt again, and had decided to leave for that. So she thanked Dolan for everything he had done for her until now, and said goodbye. But Dolan couldn't let her leave like that, and rushed out to find her. He took the leap, and transformed into his real form to find Selena. Then, at near sunset, Selena took a break, and fell alone. But a big thing flew by, so she hid under a tree. She was scared, and Dolan found her there. It was an awkward silence between them, and while walking they came across a huge lake. It was the same lake where they have first met, and Dolan remembers how Selena had used seductive dance to tease her. But the fireflies made the scene even more beautiful, and the nostalgic feeling comes to their heart that it felt like they knew each other for ages. But then Dolan apologized for leaving abruptly, like that while he should have talked to her first. Selena did the same. Then Dolan told her that he got permission from Denzel to bring a familiar with him if he enrolls, and he wants to make a pact with Selena to take her with him to the academy. But Selena reminds him that she's a monster, which is why others won't take it lightly, and he might not even make friends. But Dolan didn't mind and wanted her anyway. Selena wants him to be a great mage and didn't want to hinder his future, but Dolan confessed he just doesn't care and wants to see the world with her. That eventually melts her into Dolan's arms. And the next day, he received a letter for enrollment, so he made the familiar pact with Selena. With that, they were ready to leave the village, and before taking off, they said their goodbye to everyone. Then they took off, and Dolan told everyone to contact him if something trouble falls on the village, which made him tear up a little. But Selena still couldn't believe she will stay with Dolan forever. But that rings the bell that Dolan did say those words of seeing the world together, but not as lovers, which made her depressed. And Dolan tells Selena he wants to visit her village sometime, which brings the happiness back. But our episode 12 ends right there, so stay tuned to watch another episode of this anime. For that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Till then, take care.